Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Buxton Barrow Man, where I go through Buxton's history and clean up the town at the same time. Today I'm going to talk about the long lost Empire Hotel that once overlooked Buxton and was a shining beacon into a new century. Located beside the park, also referred to as the cricket ground, there once was a very large open space, left undeveloped, in the heart of a new opulent area of Buxton, not too far away from the Pavilion Gardens and the spa facilities. This plot of land was prime real estate, especially for a hotel. And so, before the turn of the century, a wealthy hotel chain by the name of Spires and Pond had purchased the land for a new hotel, the Empire. Designed by Thomas Gardner, who was one of the leading architects in English Gothic Revival style, and who almost solely designed churches, the Empire Hotel was rather imposing, and reminiscent to the classic movie villain's lair at the end of the street. But when it opened on May the 24th, 1901, it was the largest hotel in Buxton, with 300 rooms. It was kitted out with the most modern amenities of the day, with electric lights, full heating systems, and even hydraulic lifts. It was quite possibly the most luxurious night's sleep you could have in the town. Then it rolled around the year 1914, of course the start of the Great War, and so later that year, November the 2nd, the Empire Hotel became the headquarters of the 6th Reserve Battalion of Notts and Derby. This was also alongside parts of the hotel being used as an annex to the Granville Military Hospital, which I've talked about in the previous 2 episodes. But on the 2nd, 184 men had arrived from Chesterfield, and during that same week, near 1,000 men would arrive and be quartered in Buxton during their military training. During this time, their permanent hotel staff kept the building heated and operable as they would do their usual clientele. But it wasn't for long. The battalion moved on February 3rd, 1915, to Luton, leaving the hotel plenty of time to get ready for reopening in July. And later on, in the war, the Empire was used as a discharge depot for Canadian troops. Now, throughout the Great War and the interwar period, the building might have been in a good state, but finances weren't. The building was too big, the war period of course slowed tourism, and there was already a lot of competition nearby, with the Leawood, Palace Hotel, Crescent, and more. So in 1922, the building was put up for auction, but to no avail. Many plans came up with potentials. Leon's Cafe would convert it into a rest home for their employees, a laboratory, and in 1932 a boys' college was considered, but still it sat with no purpose. And after the Second World War, its true decline became very apparent. In 1949, a small army of bailiffs and police attempted to evict 17 families who were squatting in the hotel, who upon their arrival had barricaded themselves in. Things only got worse, and in 1964, after only 63 years and over half of them not even operating as a hotel, the Empire was demolished. The rubble would be used to backfill the tunnels up at RAF Harper Hill, and just like the Empire the hotel had named itself after, it too became history. I believe it was then within the early 80s that the old gardens of the hotel had cul-de-sacs built, and where the hotel once stood, the Chatsworth Lodge apartments were built, with all that remains from the Empire being the gateposts and Carlisle Road. I'll leave links down below if you'd like to read up more, especially upon the battalion's stay in Buxton, and of course I cleaned up in this video just one wheelbarrow of rubbish off the streets. That's it from this episode. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, ta-ra.